hi. I'm going to be in a very compromised position today. I work as a private contractor, or as a contractor with an organization called REI Systems. We're a government contractor, a very large one. I, however, work directly for a lot of government agencies. I have worked with Department of the Interior, whereabouts unknown, Department of Justice, Bureau of Land Management, FEMA, NASA, Department of Justice, State of Maryland, Education Department of Kentucky, GSA Acquisition, and SAM. I will not be representing any of these organizations today. I mention that only because I have a lot of experience doing upgrades and migrations between government agencies. I tend to do an upgrade or migration every 3 months. So I've got a lot of agencies and government cross-site experiences about what these different channels have, what's missing in communication, and what really does work. The compromise comes in the fact...
I'm sorry, there will be nothing to show on the video if we don't have the button pushed.
Okay. The compromise comes in the conversations are going to come back and forth a little bit where I know this fine gentleman and I volunteer on some of these projects and they're going to say some stuff about government that I actually kind of disagree with. I'm going to be speaking in favor of the parts of the government that I really think work, the communication parts that are in place, and the gaps that some of this stuff very nicely is going to help fill. So I'm good. It's a very complicated situation. I'm not speaking for my company, not speaking for the government. I'm supposed to say that in front of every speech. So that's it.
Will is hi. I'm Sal. First of all, Will is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for years and years and years, and I sign him up for everything, and then I tell him like, hey, I signed you up for this, come over, and then he comes over. So that's how he's here. So I signed him up, and I was like, hey, I signed you up. So how long did you drive or fly?
I'm from New Orleans, and I was up a couple of weeks ago in Colorado for camp he signed me up for to do AI presentations. I'm sure they're big this year. And I'm here today, but my office is in DC, and so out of the last 3 years, I went to work once, and that was this week for this trip.
Yeah, so thank you for coming. Yeah. All right, so I'm Sal. I have a for-profit company. I'm not going to talk about that. You might see that product in the background. We've contributed that to this project as well. This is set up, this project we're going to talk about today is set up as a nonprofit, under a nonprofit company, as an open source project. Okay, so I want to set that stage up front. So keep that in mind as we go through this. And there was a particular reason for doing that, because it wouldn't have worked any other way. Okay? So keep that in mind as we go through this. All right, here we go. So GovCMS, a new way, and I would say a better way to build and manage government websites. Yeah. About this presentation and panel, it was going to be like 4 people here. I think they're going to show up. I don't think they can find the place here. So they might be here, and if they're here, I'll welcome them up here. So about the presentation, this is going to be the best presentation that you've seen here, so thank you for coming here. Or this will be the worst presentation.
Thanks.
Or somewhere in between. I'll promise you that. Yeah, so. Okay, I'm going to start with some questions. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, and these are just leading questions, and some of them are gotchas. Okay. So, how many people use spell checkers? Right. Sure. Okay. Audience participation. All right. How many people actually accept all the changes that it recommends?
All.
Right. 1 person, I think. Okay. That was him. All right. When seeking advice and wisdom, right? Would you go to 1 person or would you go to a crowd?
Depends.
Oh, tell me when it depends. Well, I guess when it depends is when I'd go to my wife. Like, it wouldn't work if I went to the crowd. She overrides it, right? So, okay. When does it depend?
Well, sometimes you might know somebody who's going to have the answer.
Yeah, okay, God. So, yeah, all right. All right, so I'm going to go with, how many people would go with the crowd?
Depends on the crowd.
Oh, okay. That's a good answer. All right.
Like in this picture,
Yeah.
crowd of doctors.
Yeah.
right?
All right. Okay. In this picture, how many people would go with the crowd? Oh, there you go. Okay. That's how I should ask the question. Yeah. His wife is
My
a
wife
doctor.
is a surgeon.
Yeah.
We never talk to a group of doctors because they're afraid to contradict each other. Talk to one doctor at a time.
Oh, that's okay. That was his thing. Okay.
Expert opinion.
All right. Now I thought this was an obvious answer. My wife was like, no. So which one would you pick? 1, 2, or 3? One, right? My wife was like, no. Whichever one is closer. If I'm out of gas, if I'm looking for gas, I don't really care what the hell the price is. I'm gonna go there. I was like, you know what? You make sense. All right, so yeah, I got overruled. But yeah, I would go with 1, right? Like you would just go with. So sure, it makes sense. Okay, how many people took? Now I didn't know that you guys had a good metro system here. So exactly, right? So, but the point was you would go with the plane, right? So, because it's faster, it's better, and it's,
If
like.
we had Shinkansen here, I would have taken that.
Right. So I was like, I didn't realize this about, I'm from Denver, so I was like, there's no train there. It was like, only at the airport, I think. Right. Yeah. Oh, that's a contradiction, right? It's like that's ironic. Where would you buy fish from?
That's it.
That's a tough question, isn't it?
That one looks like, the one on the left looks like it's a block.
They got it right out of the ocean.
Yeah, I think.
That looks right out of the ocean?
Yeah,
That looks
exactly.
like it's been on ice for a while.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that might be a tough question. I don't know. I would go with B because I could probably sue them. If something went wrong. How many people know how to change their oil?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Of those people, last time you had your oil changed, how many people did it themselves?
Years.
Did you really?
No.
Oh, good job. Good job. There's always one. There's always, you're right. Tag, you're right. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I went to auto shop. It was the best. It was the only class that I still remember from high school. Okay? That's the only class that knowledge that I still use from high school. I guess the other knowledge I built on, but I don't remember like crap from high school. Like I remember the 2, 3 teachers' names, but I don't remember anything else. Like
3, 4,
what
5
I
right
read.
triangle. 3, 4, 5 right triangle.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, but now that you say it, I hadn't thought
Extent of the
about it.
math.
Well, I guess. But that was grade school. I don't think that was high school. No, I'm kidding. All right. So here it goes. All right. So GovCMS. All right. What is it? Let me start with what it's not. So have you guys heard of GovCMS before?
Yes.
Okay.
Australian.
Right. So there is a thing in Australia. It's by the Australian government. It's run by the finance department of Australia. What it is they are essentially they run their repository of all the knowledge of how government sites should be built. Their repository of all the standards, of all the templates, of all the procedures and processes for how government website sites should be run. Okay, of all the vendors, like these are all the vendors we should work with, and so on, right? And they do the vetting process and stuff. So we're not that. so the name might be the same, and we paid a lot for that URL. The .com was not available because they were not operating under the .com. So but the .com was for sale. And so we had to go out and buy that .com, and it was not cheap. And we've got the .com and the .us. So we have those two domains. How many people know of local gov? All right, local gov. Okay, very good. So local gov is a similar thing happening in UK and Ireland. Okay? They maintain the standards and the templates and the procedures and the knowledge of how government council, they call them the council websites, should be set up and deployed and maintained and hosted and stuff. And it's a collaboration of different agencies, right? And it's funded by not by the government, but by the agencies. So all the agencies put money into it, and there's like 4 or 5 developers that work on building and maintaining these templates. Okay? And then all the agencies use it, and then they deploy it, and they host it, and then they make money on it, and so on. Okay? Now, and then they come together every once in a while. But and GovCMS is not this. Yeah. No.
That's lipstick on a pig.
Yeah.
Country club. I don't know.
Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. I'm gonna say something. You might not agree with it. You might not agree with it. To me, a website is not just Drupal. It's people, process, and technology over time. Okay. You go out. You get a vendor. Then you take something like Drupal. Doesn't have to be Drupal. You build it out. Then you set up testing. You set up CI/CD. You set up hosting. I have AWS. You can have Acquia. You can have Pantheon. You can have whoever, right? You have your security. You have your compliance, FERPA, FedRAMP, HIPAA, whatever the other compliance stuff is. Check marks are, and then over time, then you get another agency, and then you start the whole thing over again, right? And this, to me, is, you think about this, and this, I see it as a blueprint. Okay? It's not a recipe. This is a blueprint of how to operate a website over time, right? How to manage and operate a website over time. Okay? And UK has it, Australia has it, nobody has it here. No one has it here in the US, right? Why not? Why not? Right? So now this project has been in the works for years. Right? I had approached some agencies, and they were like, why should we participate? Because if we, I'll get into that later. Okay. So we had some resistance when we went there, and that was one of the reasons we set up a nonprofit. And we said, look, we're just going to make this a nonprofit. We're going to have all the agencies contribute knowledge to this, and what we're doing is we're going to take. Well, before I get there, I jumped ahead. Sorry. All right. So what is GovCMS? So it brings together technologies, people, processes, technologies. We bring in AI. It's a repository of technologies. It's a repository of templates. It's a way for you to start projects faster, better, quicker, and these are proven ways. The templates you start with are USWDS compliant templates, Section 508, WCAG, AA, we're going for AAA soon, FedRAMP compliant deployments, and so on. We're going to have hosting partners that we can deploy to. So everything will be pre-integrated. You can start quickly. You can deploy them quickly to trusted partners. You can bring in trusted vendors here. You start with templates that are community contributed, agency contributed, and templates that are contractor contributed. So you have templates coming in from everywhere, that are showcased by contractors saying, hey, this is something we did, this is our starter kit, look at it. You can use it yourself, or if you need help, come to us. Right? That lowers your cost of entry, that makes development much more efficient. Agencies, you guys are developing sites, open source it. Right? Come to us, open source it, and share that knowledge with others. Right? We will make it generic, we will clean it up, we'll sanitize it, and we'll maintain it. Right? And if you have processes, these are success stories. Do this, don't do this. Share that with us. Right? We will share that with everyone else. We'll sanitize it, we'll share it with everyone else. Right? So this is, if you look at AI, you look at team knowledge, right? We're gonna collect knowledge from all the different sources. That's the idea behind GovCMS. Cost is going to reduce cost. Right? Overall, it's going to reduce cost. It's going to be faster because we're going to automate things. Right? And it's not like things are not going to break. It's not that it's going to be like bug-free or something. But when things do break, we'll go fix it, and it fixes it across all the platforms. Right? We'll distribute the changes across all the platforms. There's quality controls there, so it's going to be good quality. Right? And we have professionals working on it. Right? One of the contributors. Right? You'll hear, I'll play videos. One of the guys lives in Nova Scotia, couldn't come down here, but he is one of the main contributors. He worked on the HRSA website. We have on our board, we have people we have, what's that?
Drupal, Preetham.
Yeah, so Preetham he's on our board, and also one of the contributors. He's the CEO of OpenSense. He has a product. He's one of the panel members that got lost, so it just made it here.
This room was really hard to find.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So thank you for making it. I appreciate it. We're still missing Tomas, so he'll be here soon, hopefully. So this is, like, we have professionals on here that have worked on big government projects. Yes, it's vendor-led so far, but on the members are vendors and contractors and developers. But on our board, we have ex-HHS. How many people know Kelly from HHS? Anybody know Kelly? Yeah. So Kelly is on our board. Ex-people from Voice of America is on our board. We had done work for them, like my other company had done work for them. We had developed infrastructure for them that handled 1.2 billion hits per month for their sites. Right? So that kind of infrastructure is behind some of this stuff, right? That kind of experience, I shouldn't say infrastructure, that kind of experience is behind this stuff. So this is you're getting experience from a lot of good vendors. Stephen Musgrave from Mabomo, I just talked to him. Right? He's going to be contributing. He maintains the USWDS website template for Drupal. He's going to be joining this and contributing his stuff. A lot of people are joining this thing and contributing their stuff to this. So this is like becoming a movement now. And it's just started this week. So this is just fresh, hot off the presses. Yeah. Okay, so brings together AI integration. So AI best practices. Every day there's some announcement. Right? Every day there's something new. So we're gonna try to bring in AI best practices in here. So when you say like, hey, we're not gonna say like we know it all, but when you find out something, share it with us. Right? If you have case studies, share it with us. We'll be the repository of like, oh, here's the repo of this is how you do with AI. This is open source. This is not. But these things work. These things don't. Right? So or don't do it like this. Right? So those are the code reviews, documentation, monitoring, keeping humans in the loop. Right? Taking them out. Collective intelligence, aggregating knowledge, experience, best practices, cost controls, speed and automation, quality assurance, expert maintenance, and what's also included are starting points, USWDS site templates, software development lifecycle maintenance. So if you want to do websites with how do you do, dev, test, live sites by yourself without, internally, you could do that too. Easy deployments. How do you do proactive monitoring? How do you do continuous security? How do you do automated testing? How do you do built-in compliance? Or I should even say not just built-in compliance, continuous compliance. When FedRAMP comes along or when a security check comes along, what do you have to do? You drop everything and address your security checks, right? This way, if you had continuous compliance, could you get a report? And this came right out of, these ideas came right out of VOA and HHS, right? Could you get a report if you clicked on a button and if you had continuous compliance, right? So one of his products does continuous compliance, right? So these are not like all, there are other open source products that Will knows about, there's commercial products. So there are all these products that are in our consortium, in our collective, that we could refer you to. This is an open source product. These are these are commercial products you could use that give you these type of things. Okay, I'm going to play you some video. Any questions so far?
A lot, but.
No. Ask.
So,
ask
no, keep
no.
going.
I'm gonna play a couple of videos, but I want to take a break and ask questions first. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like the one thing slide where you had, what is product, right? And you had it, Drupal is on that, and it's somewhere all the way on the left. And then part of it is a FedRAMP, there's an AWS part of that as well. And now you just mentioned things that are...
This slide.
Yeah, and then things that are, quote unquote, not... how do I phrase it? The ones that are for profit versus the non-profit portion of it. So yeah.
So if I understand where you're going with this, the question is, in this muck and mire, which paths are going to be available in which ways?
Yeah.
And that's absolutely what developers face every time.
Wait, explain that again, please.
In this muck and mire of authentication systems, you're using Mini Orange that you roll your own, are you using this outside service for your code checks? These are things that we all face in our individual silos at each agency. And the goal in providing these opportunities for templature is to at least make sure that you have some of them in the right places. There's two lines. One is have something solid when it starts, and the other is compliance checking as you go. And we are looking for the sweet spot where we make sure that you have something, and we go back to that compliance as a code set, making sure that having a way to, do I have a reportable, quantified report that says whether or not I'm in compliance today that I can look at, that I can find my holes, that I can respond to. And so yes, but if we just make it what Will likes, we'll just be using the open source flavors in my hand code. We need to have opportunities for vendors to come in and get their Mini Orange or their compliance, thank you, sources into the system in a controlled fashion where you can know what you're getting and it can be done the right way. There's a lot of lovely systems out there like the USWDS theme, and I go from project to project to project, and let me tell you, nobody installs that the same. And so we're trying to reach that medium where we start with something good, and we have a way to define compliance, and we have a templature deployment structure where you can get to the right place that you're usually at 3 months later in your build-out process.
I'm going to show you a demo, okay? I will show you a demo of where we are, right? But before we get to the demo, I'm going to show you a couple of videos from the folks that are contributors to this project. They've contributed a lot, and you're going to see the demos from those contributors. So before I show you the demo of the site, of the templates, and of the system that manages this, right? So I'll show you the videos from those contributors. Is that okay? You good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so this is Sean, one of the HRSA contractors, and I don't. Maybe let me see if you can hear him. I don't want to break this.
Sean McCath-Moran. I've
Can you
been
guys hear?
developing and leading teams in Drupal for over 15 years. For the past decade, I've specialized in government web projects building high-traffic sites that need to be strict compliance with requirements like USWDS, FedRAMP, 508 accessibility standards, etc. I've seen firsthand the
Nice.
challenges government agencies face when building and maintaining their digital presence. Here's what I noticed. Agencies are constantly reinventing the wheel. Every project started from scratch, even when the requirements were nearly identical. Teams were spending months, even years, building the same functionality that another agency had already solved. The costs are high, the timelines are unpredictable, and frankly, a lot of great work was being duplicated instead of shared. This is why I've become a contributor and maintainer of GovCMS, because this platform solves a real-world problem that our community demonstrably has. GovCMS eliminates this duplication effort by providing a shared foundation that agencies can build on. It dramatically reduces costs compared to custom builds from scratch, but more importantly, it creates a platform for sharing knowledge, experience, and tools across entire government ecosystems. What makes this special is how it's structured. It's run under a non-profit organization. It's completely open source, and it operates as a consortium of businesses and interests. This means government agencies can collaborate not just with each other, but with developers, web agencies, and hosting companies, the people who are actually getting this work done. If you haven't tried GovCMS yet, I encourage you to check it out and see what it can do for your projects. If you haven't contributed to it yet, why not? This is our chance to build something bigger than any one agency or company could create alone. The government deserves better digital experiences, and we have the tools to deliver them. I'm Sean McCath-Moran, and I wholeheartedly endorse this platform.
Yeah. All right, I hear claps too. All right, and then this, I'm gonna play one more video and then I'll show you the demo, okay? So this is from Joel from the Voice of America. I did a terrible job on the recording
Hi,
here.
I'm Joel Lehman. After 25 years in federal IT, working for the USDA, Voice of America, and the U.S. International Trade Commission, I've had a front row seat to the digital challenges government teams face every day. From building and maintaining federal websites to tackling complex tech hurdles, I've seen how a thoughtful, user-focused solution can make a difference. I've known Sal for over 5 years and have watched GovCMS vision develop. I've actually had a hand in shaping DevPanel, which is the underlying technology that powers GovCMS. Together, we had architected a solution that could easily handle 1.2 billion. That's right, 1.2 billion hits per month over 50 sites at Voice of America. So I know the technical foundation this platform is built on. It's solid. In my time at Voice of America, I saw the same problem others have described. Agencies rebuilding the same solution from scratch, over and over. The duplication of effort and resources was frustrating to witness, to say the least. We needed something like GovCMS years ago. I know the people behind this project, and I know the technology. Both are proven, reliable, and built for the unique demands of government work. And this isn't theoretical. This is built on a foundation that already works. If you're in government technology, this solution deserves your serious attention. Take time to evaluate what GovCMS can do for your agency. The potential for collaboration and cost savings are real. This is definitely the kind of solution our government technology community has been waiting for. Once again, I'm Joel Lehman, and I wholeheartedly believe GovCMS is worth your serious consideration.
All right, round of applause. Yeah. Yep. All right, yeah, Joel. He's one of our board members. So yeah, thank you. Couldn't make it here, but all right. So now I'm gonna go. Now, are you guys ready for a demo?
Sure. Yes.
All right. Okay. The wait is over. Okay. So GovCMS is, if I can find it. Okay, here. All right. So I'm having issues connecting it, and I think we're having some technical challenges as well. This thing just recently launched, so okay. Let me see if this is going to launch. Now, GovCMS is built on another project called Drupal Forge. Okay, have you guys heard of Drupal Forge? Anybody? Okay, so a bunch of people have heard of Drupal Forge. Okay, good. So Drupal Forge, if you haven't heard of it, go try it out. It's pretty cool. If this doesn't work, I'm going to go fall back on Drupal Forge and see if that works, okay? Because I've had issues with this today. But what you'll see is GovCMS is actually a platform, not just one template, okay? It's a platform, and it's got a bunch of templates, and this one is USWDS compliant, and it's got these videos from Sean. This one gives you like an introduction to it, and this one goes deep into how to work it, how to work the back end, the editorial experience, and all the things you can do inside it once you log in. And there's a lot in there. So it's not just a generic template, okay? And then I'll show you some other ones. These two are from local gov from England. Okay, from England. So those guys are working with us here. And this one has local gov with AI built in. So this GovCMS, our next thing is going to be to build AI in it. AI meaning you enter stuff in it, as soon as you save it, it's going to get indexed, the chatbot's going to be there, the search is going to be there. As soon as you add stuff to it, the chatbot's going to know about it, you can actually talk to it, and it'll give you stuff, answer stuff about the content. You search about it, you search on it, it'll know where the content is, and it'll cross-reference the content. Drupal for Gov, this is the conference website. This is from the Australian side of the world. This is their template. And this is by another company, Agilina, who's also a sponsor here. But this is their GovCMS, the USWDS template. Okay, so I'm gonna start this template. This is Sean's template that he had contributed, and I'll see if this can start up. Okay, so you can start these things up. You can start up templates within 5 seconds. Okay, so this is a complete Drupal site within 5 seconds. I hope it loads.
I'll turn my devices off.
Yeah.
Oh, it loaded. All right. So now now you can actually log in there. This is filled with dummy data. Okay? You can change anything here. What's that?
The interdimensional affairs, the
Yeah.
BIA is pretty fun.
Yeah, if you read this, yeah. So this is WCAG, AA compliant, USWDS compliant, HIPAA. Well, I don't know if it's HIPAA. That depends on the environment stuff. But all this stuff is all customizable. You can go in there and you can customize this. There's news section. And by the way, all the other templates are done this well. Okay. So there's the data section. Let's see if this comes up. Yeah, it came up. This one, you see this? This was uploaded as a CSV file. And this website, the modules in here that Sean had actually created this navigation and created this table dynamically. So because a lot of people maintain their data on CSV files, as soon as you upload it, turns it into a table, creates the navigation, and then allows you to jump to it. So, and then puts in all the stuff in there. So this is all built in. And for the editors, this is really awesome. They can just go in there, upload a CSV file, and it's there. One of the things we're going to be adding in here is a PDF to content, to a node translator. You upload a PDF, it extracts all the information that you want to, creates a node, and attaches the PDF as a downloadable, and creates a node for you.
And
so
while he's describing these, I want you to think about those federal websites that you've been involved with that have these data sets, and how you struggled with data blocks or one of these other fast tables or one of these other solutions for producing those, and how it might have worked and you didn't realize it didn't work until this later stage of the process. And all of those little bits and pieces that is different in every single agency as you go. Sorry.
No, that was good. So the PDF thing works. It's in the works, and it's all AI driven. So AI extracts the data from the PDF, it extracts the images from the PDF, and then it puts it in it creates the node for you, and then it's searchable. It can be indexed in the search, and then you can use it. You're going to
Replacing your Solar Ticas and all of those secondary servers and containers that you had to deal with to handle your PDFs in the past.
the careers. There's a content type for careers. There's a content type for FAQs. You can go in there. You can do the search on FAQs. It automatically puts in the labels for new and updated FAQs. It automatically categorizes the FAQs. Contact us. I think that's just a generic page. And if you go into organization, this is really cool. In here, this org chart is built dynamically from content type, from a hierarchy inside, content hierarchy inside the editorial when you log in. And his video walks you through how to do that. Yeah. So all of this stuff is now available for free. It's pre-done. We're going to be adding more and more things to this, like the AI and AI search and AI chatbot and the PDF text converter and things like that. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. And for the contractors here that are building the sites, I would encourage you to also contribute and showcase your work. And if you need help, how many contractors are here? Okay, perfect. So if you need help showcasing your work, we will help you. We will work with you. We have a ton of volunteers now. Okay? So we'll work with you. We will add, if you want AI added. The AI team uses Drupal, the Drupal AI team uses Drupal Forge to build all their stuff. Right? So we have a direct connection with the AI team. We will work with you to actually integrate AI in your work if you want help with that. We'll help you publish this. We'll help you like make it shine, and publish your stuff. And you can put your name on it, and highlight your work and make people aware of like this is the type of work that you do. So this is one of those templates. There are other templates. You saw this. Okay, let me show you some other things. Okay, so this is the platform. From here, when you start up something on the GovCMS platform, you can go in here and you can extend the time. It gives you 1 hour for a preview. You can extend the time, and if I try and extend time more, it's going to ask me to log in. When I log in, I can extend the time more. So I'm going to log in. It's mainly to prevent abuse. And I'm just afraid it's just going to break one of these clicks, so bear with me. I can turn on the cloud dev environment, okay? So it's here. There's a cloud dev environment that's built in.
Which is really amazing. And so it's Viz Code virtualized in a container with configurable access to the extension shop. Think of it as what I would like to see, a replacement for your Citrix Windows.
You want to demo this? You know how to demo.
The coding environment is stunning, and I would personally very happily move over to an onboarding situation where you onboard staff in 10 minutes, or more like 5 minutes, and they suddenly have development, and they never have the files on their own computer, and they never have the database files, and you as the sysadmin had complete control over their development environment. That whole package can be spun up inside your server container. It doesn't have to be out here. And all of this stuff is deployable to your own containers, because none of these projects do hosting. None of the folks that are working together on this are interested in hosting your content. That's a conflict of interest. At the end of the day, you're deploying out to your AWS or your Blue host or whatever you're doing.
Or Acquia or Pantheon or Amazy or whatever your vendor of choice is, you deploy over there. We are just providing you this platform to do development, to do your templates, and to play around, whatever you want to do with it. And you can do collaboration here, but this is the platform that you can start with. Then you can do your hosting wherever you like. Okay?
And this includes Drush and command line.
Yeah, so I'll show you. So how many people have used VS Code here? All right, perfect. Okay, so you guys know what I'm going to show you here. So I can open up a little terminal here, and the Drupal folks will see the value in here.
I think
What's that?
you might have to hit that second icon on the right if it's not popping up at the very top, but maybe not. Normally there's a command line.
Let me see if it comes up here. Sometimes it takes a little while.
It's not this slow if you're not running across his cell phone.
Okay, so command line comes up here, and then you can do composers preloaded and Drush. Oh, there it goes. So composers preloaded, and if I do Drush is preloaded, so you can actually do all your work in here. You can download it and do your work locally, but this is nice because if you're in a controlled environment and you can't install things like DDEV on your local, you can actually do all your development work in the cloud in a browser. Right? So this is built in, and then the other thing that's built in is I can click on Manage, and this takes me to this dashboard, which is the dev panel backend. It's like a SaaS dashboard, and it doesn't do hosting, but it allows you to connect to your VS Code. It has PHPMyAdmin built in. You can change configuration, attach custom domains, bring in members, and that's the other thing that.
It's the part I like.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
So you've got your project and you're really bad at React. You've already upgraded your node containers in here, which you can do all. You have that much control of the command line, and I'm terrible at React. But I want to tag in my friend who can fix my React 19 upgrade process. Well, I can just add him. This is controlling the get access, and once I've added him, they log in, and they've got the entire development environment ready to go set up. They can do their work, and oh my God, he's drunk, isn't he? Click, gone, boom. His access is gone, no files, no nothing. I've always wanted to do a demo where I have a whole bunch of people, and every once in a while one gets the light and starts to do something drunken, and I can just like knock them out of my control panel. But you can tag people in, you can get their work done, and you can pull them out, and you didn't have to ship them a laptop, and you didn't have to try to get it back later, and you didn't have all this onboarding equipment. You're just there, and then they're gone, and you're controlling it. And it doesn't have to be you with the control. It can be your sysadmin.
Yeah, so you can just go in here. You can add people as a developer or as a maintainer. If you add them as a maintainer, they get access to all the branches in your project. If you add them as a developer, you give them access to only the branches that you want to give them access to.
And think of that as the enterprise level pantheon that you pay extra for, where your QA people are coming in and able to spin up that one new branch before you merge it. That's the main reason to buy that extra enterprise level. Here you see that list of branches from your Git, and you've chosen which ones they're available to see, and the environment's ready to go. That's the part I think that's so amazing.
And then when you're ready, you go to export the site. We plan to have Acquia, Pantheon, Amazy, all the folks in here, so that you can take your site, you can export it to any different hosting company from here. And if you build something that you like and you want to share with other people, you can go and you can say, I want to export it to a template. So you can start with something, you can create your own template, and then you can share it with other people as well. So those are the two things. Now, that's one piece of it. The other piece of it comes in with the whole compliance stuff. Like, how do you do compliance? How do you do continuous compliance? When you do commits, as soon as you do commits, as you're developing this, as soon as you do commits, we will check for 508 compliance. We will check for You want to talk about all the things you're going to check
So
for?
the part that I'm focused on is I don't actually want to write your 508 script all the time for each new project. I want to have it just work. I also don't want to have that behavior belong to someone in another compliance department. I want to write my code. I want to run those scans before I do anything else. Know it all worked and then submit my polls. My personal goals of contributing are I would like to get all of those linters and 508 checks and compliance checks written out and standardized so they're button clicks coming in with the template. Every developer has their pet peeve they're trying to work out in here. Compliance is mine.
And this is one of the things that happens on the commit or can happen on the commit depending on what tools you integrate. Is it goes through and this is CodeRabbit. One of the things that we can integrate is it goes through and it'll scan your code, the code scanner basically, and says it's a code reviewer. So when you submit your code, it'll review it as if somebody else is reviewing it, and it tells you what changed, what files changed, what changes were made, how the program works now. So it gives you the entire flow and writes a little poem about it, and then tells you all the files that were changed and so on. And then if there's any problems with it, you can go in and fix it as well. And it actually tells you, like, here's a fix that you want to apply. So this is like AI-based review. So.
And what does this live? Is this part of that?
This is a commercial product that can be integrated.
Whereas what I want to introduce is running that up as a GitHub action on your container where it builds against your enterprise hosting package and still does these same tasks. So finding that balance between the open source facial regression tools and those commercial things while not shutting out either one. That's a very important part of our project, is making sure that we're not secretly trying to sell you a condo in Florida. We're trying to find a pattern that we can consistently and effectively use across government.
So Pritam he's from Open Sense Labs, and you have a product that does continuous compliance.
Right. So this product called Drupal Fit, it also integrates with your system here, and the continuous compliance part is that the moment you deploy, you get a webhook, you patch it to your deployment pipeline, right, which can be just done here automatically. And whenever you deploy something, it
Okay.
sort of checks your entire application from all the perspectives, front-end perspectives, especially like accessibility, SEO, performance, and also security, vulnerability. Like you can do it entirely. So that's the tool is about as well. And this will be part of Drupal course. And it also has free layer, which is good enough. Like, of course, it has limitations so that people can upgrade. But free layer also has this webhooks available, and it's good enough to use.
Good. Person in the back, what are you trying to say?
I have the next session in 8 minutes in this room.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right. Any questions? Okay. If you have any questions, yeah, go ahead.
The PDF translator that you mentioned.
Yes.
Is that for documents that are already compliant only?
No, anything. You can write a prompt that says, take this PDF, I want to extract this and this and this, put it in these fields. And take the image, put it in this field, take the title, put it in this field, take the time and date, put it in this field.
Because we have
Just to clarify, I think what she's saying is that, because I've done a 50,000 primitive PDF migration before.
Yes, those legacy tables that are non-compliant and
she's
cannot be made compliant.
She's asking about OCR extraction from photographic PDFs.
So it's in development. If you come talk to me at my booth, then I can connect you with the developer that's working on it. All right, and then you can talk to him. Like, he's one of the contributors to the project. So he's just a volunteer. I'll connect you with him.
But I will say that AI has done amazing things for us.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right.